Why high IQ? People never react to emotional pressure. Someone insults you in front of everyone. Your heart races, your jaw tightens. Every instinct says, fire back. But the smartest person in that room, they do nothing. Not because they're weak, because they understand something most people never will. Why most people fail under pressure. Most people are prisoners of the moment. Someone raises their voice. They raise theirs louder. Someone disrespects them. They explode. And they call it strength. But reacting emotionally isn't strength. It's surrender. You just handed someone else the remote control to your mind. Emotional pressure is a test, and most people fail it. Not because they're stupid, but because no one taught them how their own brain works. High IQ individuals process emotional triggers differently, not because they were born calm, but because they trained their mind to pause before the reaction takes over. Today, we're breaking down exactly how they do it, backed by psychology. 1, they separate the emotion from the event. Here's what most people don't understand. The event and the emotion are two completely different things. Someone insults you, that's the event. The anger you feel, that's the emotion. Most people merge them into one experience. They can't tell where the event ends and their feelings begin. High IQ minds create a gap, a psychological space between the stimulus and the response. Psychologists call this cognitive reappraisal. It means before they react, they reinterpret. They ask themselves, what is actually happening here? And what does this person want me to do? The moment you ask that question, you take back control, because now you're analyzing, not reacting. You've shifted from the emotional brain to the logical brain, and that shift, that's where power lives. 2, they read the motive, not the words. Average minds listen to what people say. High IQ minds study why they're saying it. When someone pressures you emotionally, raises their voice, guilt trips you, threatens you, gives you the silent treatment, they're not communicating, they're strategizing. Every emotional attack has a motive behind it, and intelligent people are trained to look past the surface. What does this person gain if I react? What position do they want me in? And once you see the motive, the words lose all their power. Think about it. If someone insults you and you know their only goal is to destabilize you, the insult becomes information, not injury. You stop taking it personally. You start taking it strategic. This is why high IQ people appear cold. They're not. They're just reading a different layer of the conversation than you are. 3, they use silence as a weapon. Most people are terrified of silence. In an argument, silence feels like losing, so they fill it with excuses, with explanations, with justifications, and every word they say gives the other person more ammunition. High IQ individuals understand something critical. Silence is not empty. Silence is loaded. When someone attacks you and you say nothing, it disrupts their script. They expected a reaction. They planned for your anger. Your silence forces them to sit in their own discomfort, and discomfort reveals intention. The person who stays silent in a storm isn't weak. They're conserving energy. They're observing. They're choosing which battles deserve their words and which ones deserve nothing at all. 5, they protect their energy like currency. Every reaction costs energy. Every argument you engage in costs energy. Every time you explain yourself to someone who doesn't want to understand, you're spending something you can't get back. High IQ people treat their mental energy the way billionaires treat their time. They don't waste it on low-value interactions. You'll notice the most intelligent people in any room are the quietest. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they've calculated that most conversations don't deserve their input. This is what emotional pressure is designed to do. It's designed to make you spend. Spend your energy, spend your peace, spend your focus on someone else's chaos. And the moment you react, you've paid. You've invested in something with zero return. Guard your energy. Not everyone who demands a reaction deserves one. Not every battle that presents itself requires a soldier. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is absolutely nothing. 6. They play the long game. Reactive people live in the moment. Intelligent people live 3 moves ahead. When someone pressures you emotionally, they want an immediate response. They want you in the now, where emotions are raw and logic is offline. But high IQ minds refuse to play on someone else's timeline. They ask, how will I feel about this reaction in a week, in a month, in a year? And almost always, the answer is the same. It won't matter. The person won't matter. The insult won't matter. The only thing that will matter is whether you kept your composure or lost it. Playing the long game means sacrificing the satisfaction of the moment for the victory of the future. It means letting people think they've won today while you build something they'll never touch. That's not weakness, that's strategy. That's a high IQ mind operating on a level most people can't see. The final truth: emotional pressure will never stop. People will always try to provoke you, destabilize you, pull you into their chaos. That will never change. What changes is you. The moment you stop reacting and start observing, you become untouchable. Not because you don't feel, but because you've decided that no one else gets to choose what you feel, when you feel it, or how you respond to it. That is emotional mastery. That is the high IQ advantage. And once you build it, no one can take it from you. Comment the word discipline if you made it to the end. It tells me you're serious about mastering your mind. Subscribe for more on the psychology of power, emotional intelligence, and self-mastery. I'll see you in the next one.